So my name is Sam Haught. I'm the owner, co-founder of Wild Florida Airboats and Gator Park. We are about 45 minutes from downtown Disney and the Orlando airport, but we're just far enough away that this is true, beautiful, untouched Florida. And that's really one of the messages that the missions we're trying to accomplish here at Wild Florida is we want people to come out and see what Florida looked like 1,000 years ago. We are Kissimmee's only half-day airboat attraction, and we're also the only airboat and gator park attraction in Central Florida. So we've really combined two of the best parts of outdoor Florida in one location. We're a half-day event for families and individuals, groups, corporate, and anyone who's really looking for a good time in the Florida outdoors. We tell people to budget about 3 to 4 hours when they come out here because there is so much to do. Probably the thing we're most famous for are airboat rides. We have half-hour and 1-hour airboat tours, but any ride comes with complimentary admission into our Gator Park. And back here in the park, we've got a little bit of everything. Everything from alligators to zebras, literally. Sloths, lemurs, tropical birds, but then a whole variety of native Florida wildlife like foxes, deer, turkeys, bobcats, and of course, hundreds of gators of all sizes. And even now, recently, we have acquired a couple of crocodiles. So we feel pretty fortunate about that. Some of our guests are looking for more of a customized experience, something a little more personal just to their family, and so we offer some upgraded tours that are spectacular. The best one is the 1-hour airboat tour on the smaller 6-passenger boat. So you and 5 of your buddies can jump on an airboat ride, and it would just be you on the ride, and you can pretty much tell the captain what you want to do and where you want to go. And we can do a little more thrilling, fun stuff on those smaller boats and get into some skinnier water that the bigger 17-passenger boats can't get to. Then we also offer some behind-the-scenes tours in our Gator Park. Every now and then we get some people who are really interested in the diet, the cleaning, the maintenance of the exhibits, and getting some more hands-on personal attention with the animals. And so we do sell a half-day and a behind-the-scenes keeper for the day tour. And then if someone is walking through the park and they see an animal that they're just crazy about, like a sloth, lemurs, porcupines, gators, you can actually go into and have an encounter inside the exhibit of that animal, get some hands-on feeding, touching, and really be able to have an unforgettable experience for only $30. And it lasts about half an hour, and most people walk away from that with just an unbelievable experience. Can't forget food. We have a fantastic restaurant called the Chomp House Grill, and we have a little bit of everything in there too. We have some safe stuff like wraps and burgers, hot dogs, fries, but then for people who are feeling a little more adventurous, we do sell alligator, frog legs, catfish, good southern swamp to fork food. And it's not any sort of food that we have harvested here at Wild Florida. It's all locally sourced at some of our commercial farms that produce alligator and frog legs and turtle and stuff like that. One of the things that I think most of our guests are surprised about, whether they're residents or tourists, on the ride out here, they'll quickly realize that Florida doesn't look anything like Kissimmee. Once you get outside of that development line, it opens up quite a bit, and you'll see lots and lots of ranches and cows. We're in the top 10 beef producing states. We used to be one of the very biggest ones in the United States. And it's because we have so much open prairie grasslands, which is prime habitat for cows and ranching. Matter of fact, we are the birthplace of ranching in modern America. And that's because the Spanish settled us way back when in St. Augustine, and Spanish are famous for cows and horses and pigs. Several times when they had to tuck tail and run for home, they would leave their animals here and allowed them to just free roam and kind of get out on their own. Well, those animals, cows and pigs especially, did really well here and started to thrive and have populations of their own. as more of the European settlers came down and started to live here and settle Central Florida, they found all these cows, and someone finally got smart and said, hey, let's round them up, and ranching and cowboys was born. And then as people moved west, they brought some of those animals with them. But don't let anyone fool you to think that Texas and Arizona and California were the birthplace of ranching. It all started right here, way, way back. And so as part of that educational process and part of our ag tourism business, we have a ranch buggy tour that departs right here at Wild Florida and tours through one of the oldest pioneer working cattle ranches in Central Florida, the Parton Family Ranch. Beautiful 11,000 acre property with some of the very first Brahma cattle. Out west we call them Bramer cattle, but that foundation pioneer stock bloodline of Brahma cows are right there at the Parton Ranch. And we love taking people through there and educating them about how really our pioneer heritage here in Florida started and the industry behind that whole ranching and cattle market is really fun to learn about. And we get up close and personal with the cows. You even get to feed some of them from the buggy. It's also an off-road experience, so we get to do some fun stuff. And throughout the whole experience, you're seeing lots of more upland swamp habitat. So we're seeing deer, turkeys, hogs, and of course we're still going to run into gators because they're everywhere here. This year, one of our most exciting events we've got coming up is Gator Week. And we expect this to become really a big deal. It's going to kind of model a little bit of Shark Week in the way they have lots of documentaries and stories and crazy things that we do to help people learn more about the alligators, but also be able to see some entertaining and exciting stuff. During that week, probably the best part about it is that our whole Gator Park will be free admission for everyone. So bring all your friends, grandmas, uncles, brothers and sisters. Come on in. You're going to see lots of really fun things in the park, learn a lot about alligators, and check us out at gatorweek.com.